Another lift table working in reverse eases the handling of the logs at this station. The logs are inspected for grading, and again, the logs are put on the roller bars and positioned to be flush for square cuts. The ends of the logs are first squared off by the head saw. End pieces are stacked into a bin. When filled, the forklift carries the wood box and dumps it for the locals to collect free firewood. There are many people who fully appreciate this gesture. A custom cut list is referred to when measuring for each cut. The row and number are written on the end of each log, as well as indicators for spline, female or male cuts. The cut log is then passed down the line either to the spliner for spline cuts or to the notching machine for male or female cuts. Here, a spline cut is being made. The yellow clamps hold the log tightly in place to prevent any movement in the log and to guarantee a straight cut. Splines join logs together where they meet in the middle portion of a wall and prevent air from passing through. Here, a female cut will be made. Clamps hold the log in position, and a combination of blades come from underneath to notch out where the logs will join at the corner. The log is inspected once again. The log is marked and checked off the list. Another worker measures and inspects the log, checks his list, and stacks the logs neatly. Here, the male cut is made. A notch is cut out to lock the corners together, completing the corner detail. Every log undergoes careful inspection to make sure they arrive in excellent condition. Here are the cuts that have been made in this line. In the construction process, the spline cuts will form a gap where the two logs meet. The gap is sealed with a putty elastic caulking, and a plywood spline is inserted in the remaining void. Here, the male cut is joined at the corner with the female cut. This is the end of the line where the logs are checked and stacked in neat piles. The piles will be taken away by forklift and stored with the rest of the order, where it will be checked over and wrapped for protection. This is a gable shop. A gable is the triangular portion of a wall that begins at the eaves of a roof and ascends to the peak. Logs from the first mill line are brought here and set aside on a lift table like the one from the previous mill line. Here, square cuts are also made with a head saw. The gable line also includes a spliner to make notches where the logs meet and are joined together in the center portions of the gable. At the end of the gable lines, logs are cut to length at the angle of the roof pitch. After being cut, the log is stacked to make sure it fits well with the log below. It is then marked by row and number and checked off the cut list. The logs are wrapped for protection, loaded on a truck, and strapped down along with other materials such as doors and windows. The load is checked and photographed to ensure that nothing is missing. Finally, the entire load is covered by a large tarp. The loaded truck heads out to deliver a brand new Coventry log home to a very excited customer.